Our other valedictorian, David Whitmore.
Headmaster Sheehy, trustees, faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates, I am honored to speak to you on this important day. Don't be afraid. If my advisor, Mr. Dannenbarger, has taught me anything, he has taught me the importance of brevity in a speech. Thank you to everyone who helped us, the graduating class of 2009, make it here today. Thanks to everyone involved in the Canterbury community, but most of all, thank you, parents. Mom, Dad, I love you. I know that without your guidance, I would never have made it here. The fact that I'm giving this speech right now proves that you were right and I was wrong in every argument we had about school. Of course, I already knew that. I just like to argue. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. It's hard to believe we're finally graduating. In almost no time at all, we will finally be old enough to attend those notorious alumni Christmas parties in the city and receive countless letters from the development office asking us to contribute to the annual fund. Can you remember how much time we spent dreaming about this moment over the last year? We'd start to drift off during physics, thinking about what we will do with our newfound freedom, when the teacher would bring us back to reality by throwing a marker at us and exclaiming, "Drifting off is a horrible idea." Thanks, Mr. Matera, for keeping us focused. And he's right. It took focus to make it through this May, a treacherous battleground littered with landmines of temptation and the remains of once illustrious Canterbury careers that strayed off the beaten path too soon. But we made it. Now we go on to the next phase of our lives, college, with more freedom and yet more responsibility than we have ever experienced. It might feel like we are now full adults, but we cannot forget the words of the great president, Robert Joseph Butts. Mr. Sheehy is not handing us our adulthood at graduation. He's handing us our diploma. We need to choose now to continue our focus at our new schools, to embrace the new responsibilities we encounter. St. Paul once said, "When I became a man, I put away childish things." As we are becoming adults, so too must we begin to put away our childish belief that we do not have a responsibility to others, that we have no stake in society. We've been catching glimpses of what we're called to do as we matured over the past year, begun to see for the first time the rough outline of God's plan for us. Now we have the opportunity to answer God's call and enhance the abilities He gave us. Putting away childish things in this sense means to put away the selfish pursuits that only get in the way of achieving our full potential. In short, we need to focus on what we feel called to do. Although we must put away childish things to become an adult, that does not mean that we should not embrace certain aspects of our childhood. My favorite author, C.S. Lewis, said, "Once you were a child, once you knew what inquiry was for. There was a time when you asked questions because you wanted answers, and were glad you had found them. Become that child again, even now." As adults, we have to question things to gain a better understanding of them. But we should never lose sight of the answer we sought in the first place. We are entering the time of life when we should question everything. What we want to do with our life, the society in which we live, the rules our parents set for us, with whom we want to spend the rest of our life. Questioning all these important things without really searching for truth leads to frustration, dead ends, and brings us no closer to fulfilling our potential. However, if we search for the answer to every question we ask with childish passion and humility, we will discover our own true calling. I don't know yet what God is calling me to do. I'm sure most of you don't either. I'm not worried. If we head into college and the rest of our lives with the passion and love of a child in our hearts and the focus and responsibility of a young adult in our minds, we can do nothing but succeed. Before I go, I want to say one more thank you. Thanks to my classmates, every member of the class of 2009. You are what made Canterbury special to me, and you are the ones who have helped me grow into the person I am today. Now, you and I head out together to be the face of love that changes the world. Canterbury, it's been real.